What's poppin', everybody? This is Ray Rawlins, and I'm joined by Alex Payne. We are on the Ray Rawlins Network, where we talk cartoons and we damn near do it daily. We're continuing the 31 Days of Halloween Cartoons Marathon with the final episode that we're doing in this set of reviews of The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, and we're doing episode number
My
7.
God.
I'm kind of right there with you. I'm kind of right there with you. Like, if I'm being honest,
I'm
though,
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I kind of am, but I'm kind of not. I'm thinking, I was kind of wishing we broke them down in like individual segments. Like, we talked about one portion of the episode, and we did it that way. But hey, we're done now practically, so ain't no use trying to change shit because we're done. Maybe next year. There's always next year. But let's get
Yeah.
into the episode breakdown before we get into the review. Obviously, in Treehouse of Horror fashion, this episode is broken down into 3 parts. Part 1 is about Homer and Marge hiding that Bart has a Siamese twin brother named Hugo, and they think he's escaped, and they're basically trying to find him, and they got to explain to Bart that, yo, you got an evil twin brother. Part number 2, Lisa's creating a science fair project, and she ends up creating a whole little model city and whatnot, and Bart tries to destroy it, and Lisa's job is trying to, get him not to destroy it. Part number 3, aliens Kang and Kodos basically jump in and try to interfere in the election between Bill Clinton and Bob Dole, and basically Homer is trying to convince all Springfield that, yo, these guys are aliens, these guys are aliens. Nobody will believe him, but it's his job to convince them that, yo, these guys are aliens, you shouldn't vote for them, and we'll see how it goes. But that's pretty much it. That's the main premise of all 3 individual episodes. Alex Payne, what are your first impressions?
This isn't my first impressions, but it's something I wanted to say since like the 3rd episode, but I never remember to say it when time comes, and I always wanted to ask you. So is it like a running gag to have the 2 aliens laugh like randomly throughout the Treehouse of
Yes,
Horror for an
yes.
unusually long amount of time?
You know what? Like, when I was
Like
a kid,
they'll laugh for like
I,
20 seconds straight for no reason.
when I was a kid, I never noticed that. But looking back at it now, right now, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. Like, their appearance really has nothing to do with the episode. Absolutely nothing. But they just show up from time to time, and I honestly do think it's like a
It's not
gimmick.
even
Like,
that, they
yo,
just
these.
laugh for way too long. Like they'll laugh for like 30 seconds or something for no reason.
Hey, that's the everybody's favorite aliens, Kang and Kodos. I don't know why people like them. I don't know why they had them in there, but you know, they're there. But first impressions, what are your thoughts?
Um, my first my first impression is I feel the second episode literally just ended. Like
I
it
could
just
say that.
ended.
I would say that about all of them. I actually, except the third one. The third one felt the most complete to me, honestly. But the first one and the second one definitely felt like short. I honestly would love to see a whole Hugo episode. That was one of my favorite episodes when I was a kid. I wanted to see
Yeah,
more of that.
that was a pretty decent. But no, but like the second one, it literally just ends.
Right.
Like it's just like, oh, I'm here. Okay, well, shit. Oh well. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, I definitely didn't. I didn't like that episode. I knew I was gonna bump into it when I was gonna decide to do the Hugo episode. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to see this episode. I know I'm not gonna give it a good review because I'm not a big fan of it. But the episode as a whole, I feel was decent personally. Um, I guess we could start talking about favorite moments now. I want to talk about the Hugo episode. Like, I feel like I don't know if I'm the only one because I never looked too much in like fandoms and whatnot. On The Simpsons, but everybody knows who Hugo is. Like, it's crazy because like I really didn't see because me and my brother always used to play Simpsons hit and run game when we were little. That was our shit. And then I'm like, yo, who's this other Bart thing? He's all red and whatnot. He's like, yeah, that's Hugo. He's in a Halloween episode. I'm like, oh shit. So when I finally seen it, I had to watch like over and over again. I was obsessed with the motherfucking episode, man. Um, Honestly, I hope that they do something more with that down the road. It would have been awesome if they actually adopted him as an actual character too. That would have been cool. But I guess you can see that this episode out of all the three is my favorite already. The Alien one's all right, but I like the Hugo one better. Good childhood memories. What about you?
I, I like the Hugo one the most too, I guess. Pretty
It's
much it.
really crazy. It's really crazy because I like the part where they're like, "Oh shit, Hugo Scar's on the wrong side." So that must mean Bart's the evil twin. It's like, well, you know what? It does kind of make sense. Bart's always getting into some shit, but he also does have a heart though too. So, which necessarily doesn't make him evil. And I wouldn't even say,
Didn't they already? But wait, didn't they already? Didn't they show like what side his scar was on like really early in the episode? So shouldn't they have noticed that from the beginning?
um, I don't. I think so. I want to say no, but like Dr. Hibbert said, shit, that's carelessness on his part. He wasn't paying attention. He's like, wait, oh shit, the Hugo Scar's on the wrong side, which is real fucked up. Like, yo, you're supposed to be a doctor taking notes of that shit. Like, what the fuck? But either way, it's just like, Bart's the evil twin, and he has to be in the attic now for some odd reason. They know this. Homer and Myers had this kid out for 10 years. For some reason, he has to be up in the attic while Hugo's unchained and whatnot. It's just like, that doesn't make sense, honestly. But you know what?
But I mean,
I
if you're
guess
talking
that's
about
this.
sense, why would it take them that long to even hear him up there?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it's just pretty obvious. Like, that shit's not the Treehouse of Horrors aren't part of the canon material, obviously.
Oh yeah.
In this case, what would you even consider to be canon material when it comes to The Simpsons or even Family Guy? So, kids never age. Nobody ever ages in the episodes. Grandpa will never die. So, The Simpsons been going on for 20, 30 years. So, and the kids are still 10 and 8. And Maggie, I don't know how old she is. Um, but one of my
But
favorite
she's still
moments
sucking
is
though.
she sure is. One of my favorite moments from this episode, for the Hugo part, was when Dr. Hibbert's trying to reel him in and whatnot. Like, yo, come look at your face in the mirror. And just fucking drops his ass. Just went, book, punches his ass in the face. I'm like, damn, Dr. Hibbert don't play. The second episode, I can't say I really had any favorite moments. Like, oh, I liked it when the people came out and came out of the little, what do you call it, like a little tub or whatever Lisa had, came out of that, and they started like shooting at Bart trying to attack him, and basically that pisses him off. He wants to destroy him. Um and it's that's that, like I said, I'm not a big fan of that episode, so of course it ain't shit to me. And my third moment from the Homer, the aliens one, is when like when there's when Homer's like, well, I guess you need to probe me. That motherfucker's just ready for that shit. Drops the drawers and shit. He's just ready, 100% ready. And then they spray him with rum. They're fucking wasting good alcohol. Like, come on, man. If that's the case, man, I'm buying some rum. I'm spraying everybody with that shit. But because the purpose of them spraying him with rum is to make him seem unbelievable. It's like, I don't know, some type of weird shit. It makes people not believe him of the whole alien story and whatnot, which it works. So, what about you? What are some of your favorite moments?
Um, I don't really have any, but the two you just mentioned that from the first one and the last one I'll say those were funny too. So I'll agree with the two you picked.
I'll say this: Simpsons suck. They really do. They do suck. The Treehouse of Horrors ain't shit. Like, and I don't know if it can't
Yeah,
be like they're getting old. It's just like I thought, me being growing up with this, watching this, I thought it was gonna be something, but they're really not. I already have my
I
rating for
always
this
thought
episode. Go ahead.
I always thought. I mean, as weird as it sounds, because I haven't never really even watched it, but I always felt like The Simpsons was overrated as a show.
I wouldn't. There are some golden episodes in there. Don't get me wrong. There's some golden episodes in there, but maybe I just chose the wrong idea with doing the whole Treehouse of Horror series. It just I don't know. it's not ringing with me. You know, it's not like, oh man, it's not as great as I thought it was when I was a kid. So, but I'm gonna go and give my final review. Like you said, the second episode it just ended. The whole science project one, it ain't shit. It just ended. And the Hugo one and the Aliens one. The Aliens one was the most complete out of all of them, honestly. The Hugo one, man, I just like I said, one of my favorite parts of the entire episode. I'd love to see a whole episode dedicated to Hugo. Just learn more about him, you know. But obviously, it's not canon material. But I think it'd be cool to see them like continue on in like the Treehouse of Horror series or whatnot. You know, I thought it was pretty cool. Um, the second
Yeah, you
episode just
should.
ended. Yeah, you're kind of right, but you know, fuck it. The second episode just ended. Obviously, I'm gonna have to take points off of that. Didn't really like it. Didn't really care for it, honestly. But I will say this ain't the worst episode of the Treehouse of Horror series. Definitely not. Nothing can get more worse than that one with the cowboy episode in it. But listen, if I want to like compare to see if a Treehouse of Horror episode is bad, I'm just always gonna compare it with that episode with the and I can't even remember the cowboy's name. It was like Billy May or some shit. Billy D. Williams. I don't fucking know. But I'm gonna give this episode a good 6.5 out of 10. Wasn't absolutely terrible. Wasn't the greatest. I'm gonna give it a D in school rankings. You know, 65%. What about you?
But a D is not good. But
It's not.
I'm gonna give it
No.
even. I'm gonna give it even less than a D, and I'm gonna give it. Uh, I was thinking 5.5, but I think I might go with 6. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 6 because it wasn't like you said. It wasn't terrible, but yeah, I'm gonna go with 5.5, middle of the road. Well, just above middle of the road, I should say.
Well,
And
they get
that's
an
it.
F in your book. Well,
Well,
Simpsons. I'm glad this is the last episode we're reviewing of you guys. Um, my name is Ray Rawlins. His is Alex Payne. We will continue this Halloween 31 days of Halloween cartoons marathon um tomorrow, and we're finally getting on to some random episodes, man. We're doing one more Final Courage, maybe a bonus one, who knows. But then we're just gonna start doing some random Halloween episode reviews of different cartoons. So this is the Ray Rollins Network where we talk cartoons and we damn near do it daily. Got some big changes planned too, soon as this is all over. And like I said, we will see you tomorrow. Continue this whole journey. We will see you when we see you. Let's leave it that way. Peace.